Hello, and welcome to what might be the last cooking video for a while, unless I actually do the crystal and lying mean in Shadowbringers, which I don't know if I will, but anyway, let's get started. I've gathered the Delmans and they're eager to sample your handiwork. Thank you. I'll pass these out straight away. Now that was a rice ball. There's nothing like rice to give you strength for a hard day's work. That was wonderful. Every bite called to mind my mind's eye images of my fairer way home. Both the steaming and the shaping were done to perfection. Well done. By the 12, this is amazing. I can taste it, how the sprinkle of salt draws out the sweetness of the rice. By adding spices, I unwittingly killed those natural flavors. And this fluffy texture, this is what it means to grasp not only rice but air as well. Gently joined as they are, the grains retain their fresh, steam plumpness and break apart at first bite. Such a simple thing, yet it's so good. You truly harness the best qualities of rice. Such is the spirit of Far Eastern cuisine, to respect each ingredient and allow it to shine. Forgive me for my interruption. My name is Anzu, and I wish to thank you for assisting Ralph. Anzu, you shouldn't be here if we're staying together. What was I to do? I was worried. However, I see now that I needed be. You're clearly in good hands. Returning to the matter at hand. The rice balls were a rousing success. Let's continue this back at the kitchen, shall we? Using your samples as a guide, I'm going to begin serving rice balls at the restaurant. This marks our first foray into Far Eastern cuisine, and I couldn't have done it without you, yo. Thank you. And before you go off, I probably should tell you who that girl was. And she was my fiance. During my adventuring days, I'd often come here to trade tombstones. Here I first met her and kept meeting her until one day I popped the question. But there's something of a complication. But that's enough about me. Now, while the rice ball is a fine start, a start is all it is. I intend to put out more and more Eastern dishes, and I hope I can continue relying on your help in the days to come. Nice. I remember this set. I was wearing this set before this set. That's so good. Okay. Yo, how are you? Since we began serving rice bowls, I'm pleased to say they've been fairly flying out of the kitchen. The Domans can't get enough of them, and it's all thanks to you. Of course, it was never my intent to rest on these laurels. I've been exploring new Far Eastern dishes, in the course of which I caught wind of a common complaint among elderly Domans. It seems the rich and greasy foods found in Eorzea tend to wreak havoc on their stomachs. For such complaints, I'm told a dish called upon is just what the healers ordered. It's a bowl of noodles in a light and warming broth that's easy going down, and I'd like to try serving it up for the old ones. The key to the dish is the broth called dashi, which as far as I can decipher means exit juice. I'm sure it sounds more appetizing in the Doman tongue. The peculiarities of language aside, dashi is made by boiling dried fish, and is supposed to be the base for many Far Eastern dishes. Now, last time I learned all about the importance of respecting ingredients and letting them shine. With that in mind, I want to source the best dried fish possible, which means we're going to Limsa. When we arrive, let's visit Bismarck and consult Guildmaster Lingseth. He'll know where to point us. Right, let's go and consult my dried fish to make the broth for a Far Eastern dish, you say? Then you best be using the authentic stuff. Just so happened a Kraken ship recently seized itself an Imperial merchantman way out east. One what was carrying all sorts of exotic goods. Might be as the kind of dried fish you were after among them. If that's the case, reckon Carlevin would be willing to cut you a deal. Why don't you go and have a chat with the bloke? Right then, let's go to the Seventh Sage. The ship we seized. Aye, as a matter of fact, it was carrying some unusual cargo, among which I seem to recall some matter of dried fish. seemed not like to fetch any coin, however, so we offloaded it in order to free up the hold for more valuable plunder. Lady Infernal happened to pass by, so we made a gift of it to the sanguine sirens. The undiscerning folks that they are, they accepted it without question. So if you want your fish, you'll need to speak with their captain, the ever uncouth Rosawan. Well, looks like it's off to the missing members for us. I like his idle animation. I heard right. Rillavan gave us food stuff from Shipy's far eastern delicacy with its weight in gold, he said. But what do I find when I pry open the crates but fish what's dried up harder than a plank? It should have known better than to trust that lying whoreson. That's it, the fish we're after. The Domans call it katsubushi, and you boil shaved strips of it to get the broth. Will you sell it to us, Captain? Sell it to you? Can't well sell what I don't have now, can I? Worthless as it looked, I had me girls throw it overboard. But now I find myself regretting it. I should have held on to the fish so I could shove him up Carlavan's arse. See how he enjoys his far eastern delicacy. Looks like there's nothing for it but to go to the Far East. What am I gonna do about the cafe? I can't leave it unattended. Excuse me, yo. As usual, I couldn't help but overhear the captain's impassioned rants, and I'm happy to say I have the dried fish in our storehouse. Masse B. He hardly ever comes to visit, you see, so I adopted a little kitty to remind me of him, and it just so happens he loves dried fish more than anything else. I've since discovered that a cat is far better company than some self-centered piece of turd who ain't even around. What were we talking about now? Right, dried fish. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine, and you are welcome to as much of it as you need. Please help yourself. Really? I'm in your debt. Yo, I'll go grab the fish. See you back at Revenant's Toll. Such dedication to his craft. Why, it's as if there's more that's driving him than the cooking alone. As if there's love, just a woman intuition. Right, let's get to work on the udon. Yo, I'd like you to take shavings from katsubishi and boil it to make broth. Meanwhile, I'll see to the noodles. It's supposed to be hard physical work, but I'm nothing if not strong. Poppin has more ingredients in reserve, so let him know if you need anything, shall we then? Easy as that. Noodles are just about done. How's the broth coming along? Wonderful. All that's left is to combine the two, and the udon will be ready. I'll have the elderly domans come over to sample it right away. Ah, that was a tasty bowl of udon. The broth was good to the last drop, and light and gentle as it was. I dare say it'll be good all the way through me. I didn't think I'd get to eat udon again before I died. Brings a tear to my eye. Thank you, young ones. Thank you. I reckon we can call that a great success. Now I can offer udon on the menu with confidence. Well, I had heard that Eorzean had taken to serving a Far Eastern cuisine. To think that it was you. Father, you will not call me that. You are no son to me. I will not give my precious daughter to some vagabond. But I'm given up adventuring. This is what I do now, all that I intend to do. And I'm learning how to make Far Eastern cuisine for the Doman people. An ignoble adventure making our noble cuisine. I would be laughing were the idea not so absurd. Before you pass judgment, please sample my udon, father, Unzan-san. I made it together with my fellow adventurer here. Doubtless it'll be a rude bastardization. Considering that it was made by an outsider, the broth is respectable. The flavors are well balanced and its plain care was taken in the boiling. The noodles, on the other hand, soggy rubbish. There is no body to them at all. They are as soft and spineless, the very petrification of their maker. You're worth it little as an adventurer and even less as a culinarian. An asshole. I'm sorry you had to see that, yo, but at least now you know what the complication is. As Ansu's father, Unsan, he's as traditional as they come and refuses to accept a vagrant adventurer like me for a son-in-law. It was to gain his approval that I gave up the adventuring life to focus on cooking Far Eastern cuisine. The problem is Unsan himself is the chief of no small renown, who had his own prestigious restaurant in Doma. From the first, I knew it wouldn't be easy to impress him, but to be on the receiving end of such scorn is disheartening, to say the least. In the end, though, he spoke the truth. I'm not worth a damn as neither an adventurer nor culinarian. A far cry from you, yo. Even so, I won't let it end like this. I won't give up. No matter what it takes, I will succeed as a culinarian and make Unsan approve of me. I'm sorry I kept all this from you, but though my motives aren't as I first said, it doesn't change what we seek to do, and I hope I can keep depending on your help. Nice. Okay, so no new abilities. Besides this ability, but no new abilities for the next quest. Level 68. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the video here, but I'll be right back. You. Another day, another recording. Same video though. We're like 20 something minutes in. Anyway, let's continue the story. Yo, I'm glad to see you again. After Unslin tore my noodle system to shreds, I went back and practiced until I could produce the body he said they were lacking. As for the broth, I made it again and again until I could create something to your standard, and reliably. Excuse me. With these two things perfected, by my definition at any rate, I'm now offering udon on our menu. It was a lot of hard work, but it was well worth the effort, for the dish is proving popular not only among domans, but adventurers as well. But there's no time to be patting ourselves on the back. We've got more Far Eastern dishes to explore, and my sights are set on something called sushi, Little amounts of rice topped with raw fish. Simple as it sounds, ask any dominant, they'll tell you it's an indulgence of the highest order. Not certain where to begin, I consulted Ansu, who told me that this dish is nigh impossible to make without training under an honest-to-God's master. This means a trip to Hangashi, where it originates. But as you know, I have a responsibility to the restaurant. Renoa would have never permit me to leave long enough to make the journey. It pains me to ask such a big favor of you, but will you go to Himegashi in my stead and learn the basics of sushi making? I'm in your debt. I don't know what I would do without you, my friend. Now, according to Ansu, one of the realm's foremost sushi chefs works out in the port city of Kugane at an inn called Bokero. You did well to seek him out this inn. While you were abroad, I'll round up the ingredients in preparation for your return. And with that, I bid you a safe journey. Oh, this dude. This guy. Come on. Come all. Burn cuts, embarrassing rashes, there's not that the mystical waters of the Broskin hot springs cannot heal. Oh, you seek not healing, but a meeting with our sushi chef. Well, 'tis true that we are known no less for our waters than we are for our cuisine. Our guests journey hither from far and wide to partake of the heavenly morsels prepared by Chef Shimoji. His dedication to his craft is such that he insists upon gathering the ingredients himself. As a matter of fact, that is what he is doing right at this moment. These outings usually keep him away for a good while, and I cannot rightly say when he might return. If you are in some hurry, you might consider searching for him out in the Ruby Sea. He favors the waters near the Isle of Beko for his fishing, and unique as his appearance is, you ought to find him without trouble, assuming you are a strong swimmer, that is. I see you. Oh, you're not the guy. Huh. That's not a good angle. You just cost me a plump maguru. Wherever you are, this better be good. I am Shimonji. Shelled or unshelled, there is nearly a finer sushi chef in all the land. Now, what business have you that you simply must disturb me at my fishing? You wish to learn sushi making. I don't teach my craft to any small fry that comes swimming up, and you're as small as they come. Bah, but the fishing is bad this day. I shall return to the inn. Our business is over. Do not even think to follow me. You again. I thought I told you not to follow me. I am not going to teach you my craft, so get you gone. Well, fancy seeing you here, yo. The mere sight of you brings back the memory of your most succulent orchians. I came to sample the Bakuro's famous sushi, but the chef was regrettably absent. Just as I was about to leave, however, who should I spy but you? And if I heard correctly, you are here to study sushi making. Pleased am I to see that your hunger for learning remains voracious as ever. Master Delmont, forgive me my absence. Give me but a moment and I shall prepare the finest selection of sushi in the house. Never mind that, my friend. Instead, I should be much obliged were you to initiate, my dear. You'll hear into the ways of your craft. Should her qualifications be a concern, know that she scored a perfect 10 in my contest. Perfect 10? In the Delmont today, but that surpasses even. Very well. If you're good enough for Master Delmont, then you're good enough for me. Then it's settled. Happy learning, yo. When next we meet, I look forward to sampling the far eastern fruits of your training. Come then, apprentice. I shall pound the foundation of sushi making into you. That's terrible. Okay. To master the basics in so short a time, small wonder Master Delmont approves of you. More the pity you are leaving so soon. A mere 10 years under me and you could call yourself a master. But for now, I shall content myself in the knowledge that you will spread the joys of sushi to Eorzea. Farewell, apprentice. Yo, welcome back. It's good to see you again. And wiser in the ways of sushi for your time in Hangashi. While you were away, we saw to procuring the finest ingredients available. Now, while the seafood is still fresh, you must impart to me all you've learned of sushi making. I see, you can't just slap raw fish on top of rice and call it sushi. Nay, you need to draw out the natural flavors of ingredients and bring them together in a harmonious whole. Truly, Far Eastern cuisine is deceptive in its simplicity. Thanks for the detailed explanation, my friend. I'll try my hand at making sushi at once and have the local Dolman sample it. And this time I'll call for Anzu and her father as well. Unsen was an accomplished chef, and if my handiwork meets his approval, then there's no doubting I'm on the right track. But to prepare so many portions on my first try is admittedly difficult. I'm sorry, yo, but will you help me out? A single serving would be enough. We have all the necessary ingredients right here. As always, if you need more of something, Poppin can furnish you with it. And with that, let's both of us get to work. Oh yeah. Bugger me, but sushi is tricky. Even with guidance. Are you done with yours then? Great. It took all my concentration with no less patience, but I've somehow managed to finish mine as well. If you could go on ahead to the terrace area, I'll go inform our taste testers that sushi is served. Oh shit. remember reading that like a year ago. Or maybe I'm crazy. Anyway. Anzu and her father should be along any moment now. Gods, this is nerve-wracking. What is this? You expect me to partake of sushi made by an Eorzean? Come now, father, it looks delicious. Give it a chance and try it at the very least. Yo's sushi is superb. To be sure, you have years of training ahead of you before you can compare to the masters of our land. But to produce such quality in Eorzea is a praiseworthy accomplishment. Rouse, on the other hand, shoddy rubbish. It is sushi and not but appearance. A pale imitation bereft of depth, unfit to be placed before a customer. But that is only natural. Short of having a common given gift, one cannot hope to make something so exacting as sushi to any satisfactory degree with not but basic training. You may not have the talent of Yo, but that is not a failing. Though your sushi is more akin to a humble rice bowl, I can taste the effort that went into its making. For all its flaws, I do not mislike it. You approve of my sushi? Then me and Anzu? Never. You plainly misunderstand why I do not approve of you. It has not to do with your being a lowly adventurer, nor a mediocre culinarian. Nay, it is because you are not one of us. I'm racist. Ours is the blood of Yanxia, a proud line and pure, and only a man of equal pure lineage is fit for my only daughter. You are unfit, but it is through no fault of your own. Consider Far Eastern cuisine. It owes its greatness to its purity, to the fact that it developed free of outside influence. So too do I wish it to be for my line. Surely you understand? Father, I can't believe what I'm hearing. If you'll not approve of us, then I'll have no part of your line. I understand. I'll go back to being an adventurer. Ralph, no. Let him go, Anzu. It was meant to be. I will give you some time alone. How could he give up so easily on his cooking, on us? Nay, that is not the Ralph that I know. I believe in him. Whatever it is he means to do, he has his reasons. I am certain of it. I beg you, Yo, please lend him your aid, as you have thus far. If you hurry, you may still find him in the kitchen. Well, I have a habit of showing you my worst moments, don't I? As I said, I'm going back to being an adventurer. But know that I haven't given up on Anzu. Her father's claim about the purity of the Eastern cuisine. Something about it tugs at my mind, and I need some time to ponder it. And maybe there's a chance I can make Unsen reconsider his stance. The odds are long, but I'm nothing if not persistent. And should the need arise, I hope that I can rely on your help again. Okay, so we're at like 40 something minutes. So I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, I'm back. You'll recall Unsan's words about the Far Eastern cuisine developed without outside influence. From the moment he uttered them, they've been tugging at my mind. I've given the claim much thought, and I find myself disinclined to agree. And the basis for this very first Far Eastern dish I ever had, which Anzu made for me. Sukiyaki is called, and it's a hearty dish of meat and vegetables simmered in a shallow pot. The moment I tasted it, I was overcome with a sense of nostalgia. Like many Alamegans, I'm a war orphan. I left my homeland when I was little and remember nothing of my time there. Nothing at all, save for the taste of a certain hearty stew and Enzu's sukiyaki. Was it exactly like it? The similarity can't be a mere coincidence. Nay, there has to be a connection between Far Eastern and Alamegan cuisine. If I can just prove it, Anzu's father might be moved to reconsider our union. There's no guarantee, of course, but for my Anzu, it's worth a try. Now, as you can see, I'm an adventurer again, free to go to wherever I want, whenever I want. And I intended to go to the village in the peaks called Aligiri. In former times, it thrived as a trading hub with the East. There, I'm going to track down the stew of my memory and try to learn where Alamego might have shared a culinary history with the Far East. You're already journeyed but to the other side of the world for me. I can't rightly ask more of you. But if you're still willing to help me, then please come to Aligiri. You came, thank the gods. I thought the friends in the area were fierce, but the people here might be even fiercer. But I'm ready to face them now that you're here. I can't thank you enough. Let's split up and ask the villagers about the stew. We'll meet again here when we're done. Stew. Does it look like I know anything about Swivin stews? I just eat whatever the hell's put in front of me. Don't care much for stew, sorry. If you ask me, the only way to cook meat is to roast it to a crisp. Meat and vegetables simmered in a shallow pot. What you described sounds a lot like a buckler stew. a traditional Alamegan dish. It was born when soldiers in the field took to using their bucklers in place of pots, cooking meat in them with the wine and various seasonings. It was popular in the past, but under imperial rule it became a rare indulgence. I had no luck, yo. No one I spoke with knew anything about my stew. Buckler stew. Yes, that was its name. Damn, but even your investigative skills are first rate. I'm happy to say, though, that my own inquiries weren't completely fruitless either. I managed to track down a fellow who's versed in history. Let's go and ask him what he knows about the trade between Alamigo and Doma. That's him. I do know some few things about our nation's history, owing to my time working at the Royal Palace. What is it you wish to know? 'Tis true Alamigo traded with nations to the east prior to imperial rule, but as far as I'm aware, this extended only as far as the Near East to Razadhan. So there was no contract between us and Doma, none at all. No, even if this isn't direct, there has to be some sort of connection. For example, Razathan could have been a waypoint for the dish. But if we want to verify this, I'm going to have to go all the way over there. Perhaps you needn't go so far, for the Hanish fellow among us who came to Rayorzia years ago, you could try asking him first. I saw him headed outside the village a short while ago. Elderly as he is, he can't have gone far. Thank you, yo. Let's go and look for this man. Where are you? There's no sign of him. Help, somebody. Oh shite, he is in trouble. Yeah, still got it. What little I had at any rate. Would have been a stroll through the woods for you. I can't let you do all the work. Done more than your fair share already. Besides, I wanted to show you that I'm not completely hopeless. I owe you my life. I was so focused on my harvesting I didn't notice the queer coming. You look a mite pale, lad. Are you hurt? Just my bones and organs. I'm already on the mend, I assure you. More importantly, I take it you're the gentleman who came from Rats at Hand. I'm sorry if this seems sudden, but while you were there, did you ever hear about a dish called buckler stew? Hear about it? I love the stuff. Ever since traders brought it over from Alamigo, it's been an enduring favorite in my homeland. As a matter of fact, it's the reason I came to be here, but I won't bore you with the details. So I was introduced to Radsahan after all. Tell me, do you know if Buckley Stew also made its way to Doma? That it did, and it's a tale all know well. A Doman merchant journeyed to Radsahan to buy spices, you see, and chanced to sample the stew. It was love at first taste. So enamored was he of it, he decided to open a restaurant back at home and started buying up all the shallow pots he could find. Alas, these pots proved too heavy to take back, and he left them all in the pier and said that he'd make do with the spades. Spades, you say? The name sukiyaki can't be translated as spade grill, and is said to come from the fact that you grill the meat on a spade. Ah, I knew there was a connection. Sukiyaki, so that's what they call it. Well, by whatever name it's known, all this talk has given me a fierce hunger for it. There's not for it but to make some right now. You're going to make buckler stew? Would you mind teaching me the recipe? And tell me more about its spread into the Far East. Oh, you indulge this old man with your company. Well, if you insist, who am I to argue? Come along then, and I'll teach you whatever you want to know. I can take it from here, yo. Leave the learning to me. I'll join you back at Redmond's stall when I'm done. Thanks again for all your help. That's cool. Ah, it's fucking Alpha and Omega. They be there sometimes. Ah, yo, perfect timing. I've just returned myself with the recipes for buckwood stew freshly etched into my noggin. I begged Miss Renora for the use of my old kitchen, and surprisingly, she allowed it. 12 bucks her. With that, I can set about making the buckler stew in order to win Ansu's father's over. Here I have one last favor to ask of you, my friend. I need you to prepare a serving of Domen Sukiyaki. It's a relatively simple affair. You take the meat and vegetables and simmer them in a broth of dashi and Far Eastern condiments. Though I needn't remind you that Far Eastern cuisine can be deceptive in its simplicity. Anyway, here's all the ingredients you need, and Napa has more set aside. My future with Ansu as a culinarian, both right. My future with Anzu and as a culinarian both ride on our success. Please make me the finest Delman sukiyaki you can. First try. Making the buckwheat stew is strangely comforting. The sight, the smell, even the sound, they take me back to bygone days. But to get back to the present day, how's the Doman Sukiyaki coming along? Well, a mere waft is enough to tell me this sukiyaki is in a class of its own, and my buckler stew is as ready as it'll ever be. Come, let's serve them to Anzu and her father out in the Terrans. Is this a joke? Our culture sukiyaki is shared only between family and dear friends. You are neither. If you think this will win my favor, you are sadly mistaken. Now, please allow me to explain. You all made the sukiyaki, while I made a different type of stew. Different, I say, however. What is this? It resembles sukiyaki, yet it appears not to be Far Eastern. That's because it's a traditional Alamegan stew. If it pleases you, please sample and compare it with the sukiyaki. There we go. An Alamegan stew, you say? I know not what you were playing at, but the aroma is undeniably appetizing. Oh, very well. By the kami, not only do they look alike, but they also taste alike. But the ingredients, they're different, are they not? You're right, Father. There may be subtle differences, but no matter how you look at it, this stew is sukiyaki. What's the meaning of this? Did sukiyaki somehow find its way to Alamigo? No, Unzo-sen, it's the opposite. It's the Alamegan dish buckler stew that found its way to the Far East. and eventually became sukiyaki. Though Alamigo and Doma had no common history, they had a common trading partner in the Near East. Originating in my homeland, buckler stew first crossed the seas at Ras at Han. From there, it crossed the seas once more to Doma, where it was recreated using local ingredients to become sukiyaki. It must be noted that this took place at a relatively recent period in Doma's long history. Up to that point, meat was predominantly grilled to harness their natural flavors, or minced and used in dumplings. While stews weren't uncommon, they were reserved mainly for seafood. But with sukiyaki's arrival, new possibilities blossomed for the meat dishes. Father, you told me that in the Far Eastern cuisine owes its greatness to the fact that it was developed free of outside influence, but it owes its greatness no less to what it adopted from other cultures. Why are you still standing there? Sit down and join us ere the food gets cold. I don't know how I'll ever repay you, yo. Thanks to you, I managed to do the impossible and win over Unsan. He finally approves of me and Ansu, and we plan to be bonded at this earliest opportunity. I'm going to resume my post at the cafe, serving Far Eastern dishes, of course, and hang up my adventurer's hat for good. I suppose you'll continue both adventuring and cooking, and I don't doubt you'll keep on succeeding at both. But no matter how high you climb or how far you roam, know that you're always welcome here. I guess that's it for culinary job quests. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I know cooking is like a niche thing, but the story was pretty good. I'll see you in the next thing, whatever I do. This may end up being a long video. I don't know. Anyway, peace.